Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another one of my Ascension messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson, and I will be your guide for today. So I am a channeler and a seer, and I do mini readings. So if you want a one-on-one with me, in the last few years, I've done well over 400 readings. Just look at the link below. It's Codes to a New Reality. Helped heaps of people, and heaps of people keep coming back, so that's really good. Any case, this is the Fun with Tarot day. Ta-da! Usually I channel messages, but I do this for fun because it's fun for everybody else and it's fun for me, right? And this is what this whole new reality that we're creating is all about, having as much fun as possible. So, that's why I do it. But I don't actually need the tarots, and throughout the week I'll be doing channel messages. It could even be this Thursday. I'm starting to feel like Thursday could be either life stories or channeling live, because sometimes I can wake up and just have these really powerful messages coming through me that I need to share and express with everyone. And if it happens on Wednesday night, then so be it. I'll be channeling on Thursday. Anyway, in other words, I don't want to box myself into any limitations, but I'll certainly be going live at least Tuesdays and Thursdays, and also doing videos in between. If you missed Natalie and my interview with James, there is a link on my page, so go check that out. It was just the best interview I've ever had, because she is so curious and asks so cool questions, and so did James. And so go check that out, and you hear a lot more about me and my story. And there's so many stories to share with you guys, because I've had a life on the edge of this reality and the next, because I am pretty connected to my soul, and it's where everybody's going, right? I'm just a guide. I'm just a potential in some respects, in that respect anyway. In other respects, other people are potentials. So, yeah, good to see you, Jason and Mary in the chat bar. Please go check that out. It was a wonderful interview. Let's get cracking into the energies happening at the moment for my viewers, and what messages we can share with those watching. Where can we go? Where can we take this? And how can we use these new energies for ourselves to create something better? So we are definitely coming out of some shadow work here. Well, some people are going into it and some people are coming out of it. Let's put it that way. But many of the light workers are coming out of it and grounding themselves into a more harmonious manner, and more level-headed and not so graspy on the world and how we're going to get through it. More calm. I feel this calmness. I can see the mistakes that we were doing before, where there was more, for me, there was more anxiety that was happening in trying to get everything moving and everything going. And that's very much an outside graspy kind of energy, where now, and even though I was in the thick of it, I didn't sense that I was doing it. It wasn't something that you are aware of consciously. You just feel this kind of slight anxieties popping up every now and then, and you might still be going through that. But once you really, truly let go, and sometimes we need a little bit of a wake-up call of what's important in your life, when you start to let go, it's like, it frees everything up. It frees you up to do a lot more in your life as well. So we become, the masters in our life then, and start to realize that we have more ability to take the reins of our own reality. I actually called this these messages today, or this live today, something to do with saying no and not feeling guilty, and that is a master's way of moving through life. If you ever met someone like Osho, this is Osho, by the way, and these are the cards. He didn't do the artwork, but he did all the messages with them. If you ever met Osho and, you said to him, oh, can we meet at blah, blah, and he would never say absolutely, I promise that I'll meet you, unless he would actually meet you. So he would never say that unless he'll actually meet you. So his promises is he holds by his words. But if he ever found himself in a position where he was invited somewhere, so for instance, and he went to take a look and he didn't really want to be there, then saying no would be very, very easy for him. He just stand up and walk away and say thank you very much and walk out. And everyone would be feeling a little disappointed, but they'll also respect him for his decision that he made. He's not going to stay in a negative place, or he would, I suppose he would maybe learn to shift the vibration if he could, but if he knew he couldn't, he wouldn't, and he would walk away. So we've got to learn where to find our path, to carve our path into the reality that we want. Instead of holding tooth and nail into saying, I have to push through this, we have to learn to say no. I had a dear friend that rang me up with this, and I had just gone through it as well, so I wanted to bring it up. So it was definitely in the water, so to speak. It was definitely in the air that we need to be able to stand our ground with our reins. And the easier it is for us to say no and to say that we're shifting our story. And we can say no in a way of, I know with myself, I always say for the benefit of everybody, no one's going to be hurt. Let me be able to walk away from this without having too much hassle. And something happens and everyone's having a cup of tea and no one even notices that I've gone. That sort of thing can happen. Although I'm sure if you were Osho, you would notice. But he wouldn't be there anyway to begin with, I think. I'm just saying that we need to have a fuller awareness of the fact that when we can say no to things that we don't like, we actually have the reins to our life of what we do like. And that's actually really important at the moment to sense as we move through these very intense energies, who to align with, who not to align with. At any given moment, you might need to say no, and you should say no. You should move on. So that's that valuable lesson there. Moving on, right? Projections. Projections is the next card. Sometimes when we really truly want somebody to be something for ourselves, we look at that other person and we get disappointed when they aren't who we are hoping them to be in that moment. In other words, say you're feeling lonely and you want to have a hug or something and that person's not really into it at that moment, and then you get annoyed. That's a projection. So you're projecting your lack of love within yourself onto the other. But when you've taken your love of yourself back, it doesn't matter what the other people do around you. You're always satisfied with you and how you move through your life. And that's where we're moving towards, because when everyone takes their own self-satisfaction back of who they are, loving every moment of their life, then we're walking this path like heaven on earth. And so projections is coming up for us as a valuable lesson at the moment as well. Just be aware of them and be aware of what your expectations are on other people in your life, and then say, is that because I'm lacking it within myself? Can I give that to myself? Can I say I love myself so much that I feel very secure in who I am as I walk this beautiful planet? Or do I constantly need somebody to show me that security? Be aware of that as well. Hey, Julie. Hey, J.O. Hey, Dr. Prashi. Okay, I do free readings after I do the general reading, so just wait till that happens and then you can jump on and say yes, please, and I'll pull a card for you, but I don't usually focus on questions. I just, whatever comes out for you will come out. You can have a question. Sometimes It just depends. So yeah. Anyways, let's get back into this reading. If anyone didn't see my channel message too recently, it's a really powerful message. It's got codes in there to help you shift. So that's on my page as well. And also, if anyone wants to see my stepping through a portal videos, they are so beautiful. Like even when I did the Palladian one, they were around me for the full 2 weeks, and they got me to do all the artwork and everything. And it's just a beautiful step into their reality, because they're wanting us to start to bring their awareness of their reality onto this planet. Same with the Arcturians. I did the future Earth and the elementals. So all of those need to be an awareness on this planet, so that we can utilize their wisdom as well when they come through, and they will eventually be introducing themselves to humanity. The first step that they do is through telepathy or channeling. So go take a look at those stepping through a portal videos, and you'll feel into their reality. Okay. Messages for today, please. Any more messages I'll share for today? Interesting, though, that we've got the Master and projections together, because the Master and projections is such an opposite card. Here we are, somebody that's projecting their life outwards, and here we are, someone that's taking the inner reins and guiding themselves to their reality that they truly desire, knowing that they fully are embracing themselves. So this is where we're coming from, and this is where we're going. Yeah. Okay, one flipped over. Here we are. Look, trust. The trust game is valuable in the fact that we don't always know where we're actually going to end up, but we're trusting our energy and ourselves to realizing that when we take a leap of faith of letting go of what's not serving us, and sometimes we need to almost let go of everything. The funny thing is, love is never let go of. When we completely let go of everything, love will never let go, because love is who you are at the essence of yourself. So all those things that are still in line with you, that you love, will still be with you. It's the things that aren't in line with that love that we are letting go of. So that's the leap of faith, the jump into the unknown quantity. But we have to let go of, sometimes we have to let go of everything. Sometimes we can figure out the bits that we're holding on to so tightly that aren't serving us, but we think logically, if we let go of that, then our whole world will fall apart. And sometimes we just get this a tower moment where something comes along and smashes everything from us, and then we're only left with ourselves. But who are we? We are love. So then everything that we love becomes our reality, and then we can start to move forward with that. But honestly, I'm feeling in this card that it's also saying that we need to constantly let go. This is a constant thing at the moment because of our society, the way that we're brought up, our logical mind being in charge all the time. We're constantly needing to say, hey, shush, let go, and then trust ourselves moving forward into this unknown quantity of just loving who we are, and keep doing that. So there's this feeling of, not just doing it once, not just doing it twice, just every day going, I'm going to let go enough for me to step into this moment and trust this moment is going to carry me into a better moment and a better moment and a better moment. But if the story sometimes keeps coming back, and that's for everybody. You'll be like, okay, I'm trusting and I'm feeling really clarity, feeling really good about myself today. Feel like I'm in the zone. Everything's working out well for me. I'm working with spirit, my guides, everything's just ching, ching, ching. And then the next day, one little thing will happen, and maybe someone's projected onto you, or you've hit a nerve within yourself that you're projecting onto someone, and you're back into that logical story of hanging on to just in case, a thought pattern of why isn't this person doing this? Why can't this happen? And that is where we fall down again. And then we got to pick ourselves up, jump off the proverbial cliff, let go of that, and trust again that the moment will carry us through. Constantly doing this. And it's okay. You're on the right path. It's meant to be that way. That's what's meant to happen. Don't panic about it. Don't feel like you're never going to get there. It does get clearer and clearer and clearer as we move up the steps, as we walk through this life. You are doing the shadow work. The shadow work is turning into light. This is working. So don't be so hard on yourself when you lose yourself again and feel that yuckiness. Just be gentle, kind, and say it's okay, and this too will pass. And so it will be. And then you will start to see clarity again of why you held on to that story. It's got nothing to do with anyone doing anything outside of you. They're just a mere mirror. They're just a mere reflection of how you already feel within yourself. And when you get to that point of that neuron path that is telling you a certain story, that's how things work, and it's not serving you and the power of who you are, you can say, no, I'm not doing that story anymore. I'm letting it go, and I'm allowing my reality to reflect different. You watch everything shifts, because when you shift, the people around you can feel that love of you loving yourself. They don't feel like you're grasping at them anymore for anything. They feel release within them, and then you start to come together uniquely individual, but through love, and that's the power of that. Whether you're the one projecting or you're the one accepting doesn't matter. These two, as soon as they get hooked into each other, they are projecting to each other. I want you to be happier. Why are you so grumpy? That sort of thing. Yeah. So you can shift this just by shifting you. Don't worry about the other people. Okay. Hey, Freda. So yeah, generally around when I have when I've done my general reading, I'd say 35-40 minutes in, then I'll open the chat bar to free readings for everyone if you're curious about that. Okay, what other energies is helping us at the moment for those viewers that are watching? Helping us take our reins back to our own reality, learning to say no, because the more that you can put your brakes on and be able to say no with clarity, and that doesn't mean if you promise something, you promise something. You need to learn to follow up on promises. That is why I never really promise something unless I know with my mind, my soul, everything, then I will send out a promise to that person. Because you have to stand by your words. Your words are your self-respect. But if you do, you need to be able to say no, because it's like an ice skater. And I have said this before, if an ice skater skates really fast, they can only skate faster if they can slow down fast. So us to be able to say no to someone means that we're putting up our boundaries to be able to move into what we desire, what we want to carve and create the life that we love. And some of the people that are around us, they're only there projecting our shadow work. They're projecting our own lack of within ourselves. So you need to let them fall away if that's the case, so that you can create a space. When you create a space in your mind through this game, you end up allowing yourself to have just amazing gifts coming in, where you just know things. It's like your logical mind lets go enough, the monkey mind that's constantly chattering, to let go enough to create this space in your mind for you to receive messages of premonitions, of understandings, and more empathy towards people, because then you can read them and you can see, okay, if I have empathy towards them, I can see that they're still trying to project, and I'm going to stay away from them while they're doing that, because that's not what I want to get hooked into anymore. But you're taking the reins to your own life through connection to your soul, because your connection to your soul is through the right feminine hemisphere, which is your intuition and your imagination. Okay, what else do they want to bring through the tarots or anything? I think I might get another pack. Nothing else is coming there. So we'll get another card. We'll get tarot. Let's see what else falls through. I think that this one wants to say hello. So we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. So it's time to start making a move and challenging ourselves to move out of the procrastination or the sleepy mode or the hermit mode or whatever mode you want to call it. Challenge ourselves to start to wake up and move again. Yes, we've probably been through some horrible heartache in the past, and yes, we had to take a rest, but now it's time, with this being in reverse, to step up and take some more action towards our goals. So what do we do with our goals? We set our goals, no matter how big they are. We set them and we say, thank you to the universe. Show me my quickest path to get there. The quickest path sometimes means that you have to encounter the blockages that were holding you back from that desired outcome. So sometimes even the quickest path has the shadow work in it, and that's why it ends up turning into light, because the shadow work is only reflecting the lack that you have that for you to reach that desired goal. So for instance, you wanted to be the CEO of your company or something, some really high-end business person or something like that, and wanted your career to take off. But whenever you step into that power, you need to be able to be a leader in some respects. And if you haven't got any sort of if you feel guilty for saying no, if you project yourself onto others, that's not making you a good leader. So you're not going to be able to get there until you start to do that shadow work and working through that. So we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So here we are finally realizing that even though, see if those swords all fell around her, so she upright, she's sitting in a bubble, right? She's really panicking. She's worried about these swords are going to pop that bubble and then she's going to fall. But in reverse, those swords will fall. But look, if they fall, they're actually falling around her. They're not actually going to touch her. She's got a great big gap in the middle of the circle of these swords where she falls, and she doesn't even get hurt. So the Eight of Swords to me in reverse is realizing that we're not going to be hurt in this taking the jump off or the leap off the cliff into this unknown. And we're actually protecting ourselves more because we are connecting to ourselves and letting go of our logical monkey mind. We're protecting ourselves more and moving into this. Sorry about my hair, guys. It's like woke up quickly and I did brush it. It looks like I haven't. Anyways, okay, let's get into 7 a.m. in the morning. Yes, I just kind of wake up and do these so that I can get my daughter to school, to the train station. Here we go. So we've got a couple more that's popped out for us. We have the Queen of Coins, and she was in reverse, and we have the Knight of Coins, and he was upright. So the Queen of Coins is all to do with slow moving, but taking back our gifts of self-nurturing, finding abundance within ourselves, understanding that we're the ones that are creating our abundance through our own self-support. The more that we support ourselves, the more that the universe will support us, the more the reality that we create and carve. And this is an action person. So being in reverse, I'm feeling like we're doing an inner work, like we're going inside to figure out how to become the Queen of Coins. How do we become this Queen of Coins? The person that doesn't need for anything other than self-support, and knowing that that will always be carried right at the last minute. Even all my bills will be paid, something will happen, and I will always be carried, because not because some magic happened, but because I supported who I was to begin with. I loved who I am to begin with. That moved me through. And the Knight of Coins is somebody doing the action towards that, like taking the action towards carving this path. So even though the Queen of Coins might look like she is miraculously all of a sudden finding money in her purse or whatever. She's actually doing actions in inner work inside her to support and love who she is and know her true value of stepping on this planet and carving the path that she desires, that she really is passionate about, and having that abundance reflect that. So the Knight of Swords is saying that we are doing this work, and this work is valuable to us. Only in the Knight of Coins. And so we are moving forward. We're moving forward faster than what we think, because the Knights move faster, even though this is the slowest moving Knight. It moves faster on horseback, right, than what it does on foot. So we're moving faster than what we think we are towards these goals. Okay. Hey, Margaret. Thanks for reminding everyone to hit the like button. It helps. It does help my channel and more of my videos and getting the messages out there. I love that. Okay, so the one that we're right at the end. Look at this. We're right at the end of everything. The 10 of Wands it's a 10 card. It's like finally we've got to the point where we're no longer grasping outside of ourselves for what we desire. We're starting to recognize that we are and how we feel about ourselves. Even it might feel vulnerable at the beginning. See, this person looks vulnerable, but as he stands up, he realizes he's actually fine. So it might actually feel like moving into this next alignment of energy that's coming towards us, that we're feeling vulnerable because we're starting to say, I'm not going to project my image outwards and look for someone, to win the lottery or to do all that stuff. I'm looking for somebody to give me something to make me feel good or special. When you do that, that's only fleeting. It's not carrying the bottom of the solid base of your bucket of abundance. All that's doing is saying that, see, I can manifest that outside myself, but I don't feel it within me. So when you get that money, you won't be feeling it. So what happens is it disappears pretty quickly. Something else will come along, a great big bill, and you're like, oh my God, I just got that money and it's gone again. That's because you are grasping outside or looking outside of yourself for self-approval, that you are worthy of that. And it's not to say that you don't have the magic or capacity within you to manifest it into your life, but it won't hold water, so to speak. What does hold water is you knowing your true value within yourself, because then you will take that abundance, and it is an actual mirror or reflection of how you feel about yourself. But we have been taught to feel lesser of ourselves. We've been taught through the programming in schools and so forth, and by our parents and their parents and so forth, and generations past, to feel lesser, to feel guilty, to feel like we have to have the weight of the world on our shoulders, that our how we feel about ourselves isn't important. It's how we make others feel only, and all of that is programming, where the true essence of power of who you are starts with how you feel about yourself. So huge lessons there, guys, at the moment. I'm going to get a few animal cards here, maybe. Angel card. Is there any animal messages? Shamanic animal messages, please. So we have the eagle. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I'm going to pull this card out again. I just packed up these cards, right? The first card that we had was the Master, right? Even in the animal cards, mastery, eagle, mastery, exactly the same. But the animals are bringing that through. And funnily enough, my shamanic animal is eagle. I did a vision quest, I did a shamanic animal quest thing with this lady. It was really amazing. And we went into the depths of myself, and I saw the eagle and she saw the eagle. She told me first, I saw an eagle with you and I'd already seen it. So we knew that eagle was my Spirit animal. So you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And you are creating and carving your own path. Even everything that I say, you take out of it what you need to carve your own path. That's more important than following everything that I say. If it resonates, then take it. If it doesn't, it might be planting a seed for later, or it might be not even the path that you're taking. So I do try to come from my truth with my guides in me, so that it's an overall reading for you guys to master yourself. But if there's anything that I say that doesn't resonate, then leave it, please, because you are the master and the creator, and you take the reins to your own reality. And that's more important than anything at the moment, because you need to truly value yourself and why you're here. And that's the most important thing at the moment. And that's what I'm getting from that animal card. I love that. That's so, what a coupling is that, right? The first card, and then the first card of the shamanic animal deck. I love that. We are learning to master our life. We are learning not to look outside of ourselves for those to tell us that we are anything. We tell ourselves who we are, and we move through life like that. We have dare and love. I love that. Dare and love. How beautiful is that? It's gorgeous. Be gentle with yourself. And that's what I was saying before as well. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And it's so important at the moment to see the value in the smallest of things and the love in the smallest of things. Because then when the biggest things don't happen for you, you've still got the love and the beautifulness of the smallest of things. And so you're still carrying that vibration with you, that love with you, and that honor and respect of being on this planet, being in this world. Even if everything falls away from you, go outside and look at a daisy and go, wow, a daisy still exists. Wow, it's so beautiful. How lucky am I to be able to see this, feel this, smell this. It's here, right now with me in this moment. And it brings you into the moment. Also telling me to bring yourself into the moment more. Even if you're driving your car or wherever you are, if you're feeling like your monkey mind is going off on a tangent, telling you a story, really fearful story and all that sort of stuff, and you're worried and how you're going to get through it, to bring yourself back into the moment, touch the steering wheel of your car and just keep on tapping it, going, I'm here now, I'm safe now. Is it happening 100% right here, right now? No, it's not. So come back to the moment, be present with yourself as much as you possibly can as you move through your life. And that's a gift. That is the gift of being present. Means that you're living, you're learning to live again. You're not learning to live in the past and project into the future, which is not living. It's literally grasping. It's a graspy energy. You're learning to live when you can be present in the moment as much as possible. How beautiful is that? Okay, and on the bottom of this card, of this pack, which just stood out, was cat, independence. So this says you are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. And this is it. We're all very unique, and we're all very special, and we all have something to give this and offer this world. And when we step into that uniqueness, no matter how crazy it is, right? Look at me. I'm a channeler, and I see I'm telling you all of that side of myself that I kept to myself for years and years and years. I dabbled in it all. I always was present with it. They certainly got me to write it all down and all of that stuff, but I still kept majority of it to myself for years and years and focused on bringing up my girls. But now I've just gone fire ahead. That's it. I'm being me. This is the authentic me. And so step into that power. And each and every one of us has something authentically unique that's special to us, who we are. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even matter if it's somebody who's just really good at like organizing things or creating, carving things or building houses. It doesn't even matter if it's the logical side of ourselves that's your true gift. It doesn't matter if it's more intuitive and more gifts to do with channeling and all of that sort of stuff, or astral traveling, or uniquely to you, or just your personality and being grounded here. Somebody who's serene and looks serene and can calm everybody else down. No one else has that gift. Someone who looks unique, like in their appearance, and they know how to work clothes and stuff like that. It's unique to you. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not a little thing. It is a beautiful thing, and it's yours, and your independence and you taking that back is so important to the world. And we have to start to accept the importance of our uniqueness again as we move through, because then we value all sides of ourselves, right? Okay, I'll get the angel cards keep calling to me. I'll get one more angel card, a couple more angel cards, or whatever they come out, and then we will open the chat bar to free readings. So also they're bringing up, if you're a very sensitive person, it's usually because you're an empath, and when you're an empath you can feel into other people. That is a uniqueness to yourself. To take that power back means you're actually you actually have a closer ability to channel, to be telepathic, to guide others in that as well, because telepathy or channeling, whatever you want to call it, comes through feeling. It is a knowing through feeling. Just like when I always give this example, if I hold up my cup of tea, as soon as it goes in the picture, you feel differently. You feel there's a cup of tea here, and you're asking why and all that sort of stuff, and you see that it's solid. You have a knowing that it is a cup of tea. That is how telepathy works without seeing the cup of tea. It's like a knowing that's within you. Anyway, there's a lot to do. I might end up doing a video on empaths and the next step to telepathy or channeling, because that is the universal language, and we're all moving towards that in the end, to step out of the matrix, take our power back. That is one of the big things that was taken from us, one of the first things to lower our vibration. Okay, here we go. We have a couple that's fallen out. We have self-acceptance. See, this whole reading is all about self-acceptance, isn't it? This whole reading is about who you are and magnificence of you, and stepping into that, not being afraid to be that. And allowing those to fall away that don't resonate with that anymore, because they were only resonating with you being in lack of anyway. And then we have new love. And that's just beautiful. So when we come into loving ourselves and taking self-acceptance back, we are then vibrating at a place, or moving through our life, or creating our life with such respect of ourselves that we bring in those that love us, and more. It could be a new partner, a person that's aligned with you as in business partner. It could be new love. It could be family members even that disappeared, and now they come back because they are more aligned with you in the space of you loving who you are. So it could be anyone, but it's at least coming towards you through respect, because you have self-respect. That's what I'm trying to say. That's so cool. Okay, I'll open up the chat bar now for some free readings. If anyone wants a reading, just say yes, please, or thank you, or whatever you want to say. And I will pick. I'll do tarot. Tarot or Osho. I'll leave Osho as well out. And I have a cup of tea. I'm just going cold. Okay, so who have we got here? We have Jason. Okay, so wow, Jason. Oop. I'm just going to pick out one more card with that one just to see. High Priestess with Chalice. Wow. So the Chalice card is, to me, it's like an, I'm just going to feel into it for you. You have the High Priestess with the Chalice. Jason. Sorry, I'm just going into feeling into you as well. It feels like an offering is going to be made because you're stepping into your power. It's like you're no longer afraid of that side of yourself that you have an inner core understanding of your intuition, and you're moving through that, or you are about to have an inner understanding of the core essence of your intuition. And because of that, there's going to be an offering coming through to you, and it could be from someone from the past, although I'm actually feeling like it's a gift from your soul that's of past life. I think that there's something of value coming through, a uniqueness that's going to be sparked in you of who you are. Okay, they say that this could be a little further on that this happens, but they want you to prepare for it through receptivity, through listening. And the High Priestess is that she listens. She is in receiving mode. And the feminine side of ourselves is that we are the power of receiving wisdom through our soul, through the guidance of where we're going to go next, but also acknowledging that receiving could be coming from, say, for instance, an alignment of you in a past life, almost, that maybe you were from another place or planet or dimension that held a certain code to something that would be awoken up in humanity's consciousness. And so you're awakening it up in you to be able to move forward. And that's quite a gift, they're saying, quite a gift there. Okay. My large candle vase, where did I buy that? I got given that. Sorry. There's this candle place I'm in Australia, so it wasn't online. There's this candle place that's in Australia that sells them. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. Okay, so who else have we got here? Fall in reverse too, Jason. You might just want to jump off the proverbial cliff into the unknown, like I was talking about in the general reading too. Okay, Julie. You might feel a little bit left out or alone, or not or maybe there's something that you've just gone through. Okay, you've got these cards that are quite shadow worky. It's like the shadow, you're working through something, and you're literally working through it. And so you're carrying these swords and trying to have a better understanding of why you're carrying these swords. The Devil in reverse came out, so you're unlocking chains. You're unlocking something in yourself that's going to shine more light into your life. Recognizing a thought pattern. I feel it's like a thought pattern that's been holding you in bondage of limitation, and that's going to, you're working through it at the moment, but because the Devil in reverse came, it will fall. You are on the right path, and just keep moving in your life towards knowing that this is actually part of the clearest path that you could find to move towards your goal at the end result that you want. Remember, everyone needs to have these beautiful aspirations of goals, whether that is just, I want to have a clear mind, I want to work, I want to move through this life with purpose. It could just be like that. It doesn't have to be, I want to own a massive business, and it can be that too, or I want to own a beautiful home. It can be that, the outside, things as well. But when we learn to carve a path where our mind is absolutely clear, that to me is returning home, and everything else reflects that. The home that we live in starts to reflect how clear we are within ourselves. There's something there for you, Julie, that you're working through at the moment, but you are on the right path, so don't panic about anything. Okay, Christina, you have the 10 of Chalice and the Knight of Pentacles coming. Oh, 10 of Chalice is, oh my God, I'm reaching it. I'm getting there. This is happening. I'm actually starting to see things going. But 9 of Pentacles, it means that like abundance is coming in for you, but it could be a slower move towards that as you take the reins to your life. And just the reason why it's a slower thing that's coming towards you is because they want this to be stable. They want you to feel stable within yourself, so that when you reach these 10 of Cups and have all of your heart's desire, it doesn't disappear again. It stays there with you. You only move up from there. And to do that, we sometimes you need to do that inner work and take patience with ourselves and trusting the support of who we are, so that we can move into bringing in this pentacle, this abundance for us. So you're strengthening the bottom of your bucket, and seeing the true value in and they're also saying that there's something within you that is of value, but you haven't been valuing, because the outside world didn't see that as a value, but you know that it is special, unique to you. So there's something there anyway. Okay, Libby, we have Knave of Wands. Knave of Wands, we have that came out with the Tower card. So you standing your ground might end up creating ripples, or you might end up seeing people around you go, oh, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And that's not a bad thing, because the only thing you're doing is standing your ground through self-love. You're letting the others walk away. See, that person's walking away. Even if you thought that they were right in the moment of you working through your shadow self, because you stood your ground through self-love and loving who you are, not because you're trying to force anything outside of yourself to work your way, but just because this is who I am and I need to stand my ground with this. It might cause this Tower moment. But you also had this 8 of Pentacles, where you're literally working on some sort of business or something that you want to move forward with, and you want to be inspired by it. You want to be inspired by a business or an adventure or something, and this, and you standing your ground, is actually literally going to crumble those that weren't in line with you. Maybe they were jealous, maybe there was something else, I don't know, just stopping you from becoming the powerful person that you are and creating what you desire. That's for you. So who else have we got? Farida. You got the Hierophants. The Hierophants. Almost like this card literally means contracts being signed, marriage proposals, all that sort of thing. Like we're going to do this together, and we want to ground it into this reality. So to ground it into this reality, to do it together, it is the action called to have that grounded, that proposition between more than one, creating something. Because this is like the spiritual grounded card. So it could be something to do with grounding your gifts as well. Just see there's 2 other cards that did fall out as well. We've got the Queen of Swords and you speaking your truth, understanding the value of your spoken word and standing by it 100%. But you also have the 8 of Swords. And that came out in the general. Funny how they all come out again. In reverse, and it came out in reverse in the general as well. So listen to the general reading. It's probably got some really important things in there for you as well. But this is the recognizing that for you to speak your truth and you allow these thoughts to fall away from you, they're not going to hurt you. You are actually safe. Your only bondage was the fear that they were going to hurt you, that you speaking your truth was going to end up hurting you. But now that you're speaking your truth and you're standing by yourself and who you are, then some sort of contract or something's coming in that you can work with somebody and ground something quite beautiful in this world. Who else have we got? Rebirth. You have a 9 of Swords, so you might be feeling into, you have the 9 of Swords. You might be feeling into something that's not sitting well within your mind and you want to let it go. It could be people around you, like someone could want to offer you something that you're like, oh no, that's too much, and you're not really seeing within the value of yourself of, well, that was offered to me because they saw the value in me. That wasn't offered to me because I didn't, and you denying it is saying to that person, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, that's not the value of me. I feel lesser value than that. So they're asking you, if somebody comes into your reality and they're offering you something, to please accept it and just be grateful in that moment. Just say thank you. Don't say, it's too much, or you shouldn't have. They just want you to purely say thank you. This will relieve you of your mind thoughts thinking that you're less than, because you're already being reflected outside of yourself that you are more valuable than what you feel within yourself. But you're not accepting it, and so it doesn't become in your reality. And because there's more wanting to be offered to you, there's something more to be offered to you, but you have to at least accept that first thing. Look at that, the Queen of Pentacles coming in. It was in reverse because you're not taking the Queen of Pentacles as your rightful self, but she is of value. She knows her value. So this is all a journey for you to learn to know your value at the moment and accept. So the next person that offers you something, please just say thank you, nothing more. That's all you're allowed to say. It's hard, I know, but you have to say just thank you and take it. And then more will come your way. Libby, this is so bingo. You're very welcome. If anyone wants a full reading, one-on-one reading with me too, the link's down below, Codes to a New Reality. Just click on the intuitive reading and you can be part of that. And I'm also doing a class on Monday. It's all about interpreting dreams. I'm going to stop those classes soon because I'm going to restart them as subscribed members to my YouTube. And I'm going to record them all in such a beautiful way. They're going to be a bit different than the classes that I've taken, but it's all going to have absolutely incredible, juicy channel messages coming through in the classes because it's teachings from a higher dimension. So I bring in my team and we are literally giving you a class from a UFO, right? And so I'm going to record them all and then put them on my YouTube for subscribing members. I think that that's the way to go with that one, and it's just gets it out quicker, and I want these messages to get out quicker, but I still am I'm still supporting myself, and I have learned to support myself. So I'm going to do that so that my bucket's solid and I can keep going for the rest of my life with these readings and messages coming forward for you guys. For some reason, they've got me to get the Osho cards. Christine, Thank you, Bobbie. No, you're very welcome. Okay. I just do one more. Maggie, you've got ordinariness. They want you to see the value in yourself in the little places and go outside, like I said in the general reading, and smell into that little flower and see the beauty in it, that you're really present in this moment. They want you to feel into the ordinariness of who you are, that you are fine being just you in this day, and waking up and feeling good about that. And when you wake up and just feel good about that, that is sending a vibration out to the world of unknown blessings for everybody. So for you to take back the ordinariness of yourself and love who you are is helping heal the friggin' world. It's helping heal your world. It's helping heal everything. So you, instead of trying to be there for everyone, be there for yourself, and really feel into the love of who you are, and just walk this planet like that. That's going to help more than you trying to help Joe Blog down the street with this and that, and feel like you have to. Otherwise, you're not being nice, a nice person. No, being that, wanting you to bring it back to yourself and really love who you are, and that energy or that vibration that you are coming from love for yourself is going to end up healing a lot more unseen ways than what you expect. So guys, love you. I love you, and I'll leave you there. I've got to go take my daughter to the train station. Until the next reading, don't forget, I will be probably either channeling or a life story on Thursday, and I'll have some more channel messages coming your way as they come through. Go watch that interview with Natalie and James. It was absolutely amazing. That's on my page as well. One of the best interviewers that I've ever seen. So I love her heaps. Yeah. And let's see where this goes. Also, I'm going to be on Kevin Moore's show again in the next, probably next few weeks. It's been already recorded, so it's just a matter of him publishing it. Love yous. Bye.